Is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest? Oh, that's it on that.
I told you to go someplace else.
Ezekiel 3:18.
Go to was it Ezekiel 13? Is Ezekiel 13?
24.
Where it says no, from the top.
Okay.
Where it speaks about the false prophets.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 13, verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts.
Out of their own hearts. So you got other Israelite groups, and you might say, well, what's wrong? Y'all all sound the same, because you ain't deep. So you go to one Israelite group, like if you go to the box camp up the street, you watch some videos, there was a lot of them guys, a lot of them were Benjaminites. They were down here, the older cats, they were down here listening to us. Yep. Or then what they used to do is, they used to be in our camp, and when our camp closed, they go up to the box camp. Yeah. But now they don't even come down. And there was a couple of them, I told them don't even come down. And they got offended, man. Because they wasn't doing shit, man. They wasn't growing. Paul spoke about growing in this thing. Go ahead.
Hear ye the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord power. Woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own
and we know all of them.
They follow their own.
They follow their own spirit.
Good.
All right.
And have seen nothing.
And have seen nothing.
Yeah, that's why they don't prophesy about the destruction of this place. All they talk about is keep the laws, and building up a community. Why? Because the bigger picture, they don't see the bigger picture. Because that vision has been blocked from them.
Yeah, like I said, teaching about the elect. They teach that the Lord is trying to build a whole nation. That's not true. The Lord is looking for the elect, and it's a small number. And just by knowing that, that's supposed to make you afraid. By knowing that the number of salvation is going to be small instead of great. That's supposed to put fear in you, man. Right?
Read on.
Verse 4. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts.
Yes, well, we know them. We see those guys all the time on YouTube.
Like Nick.
They having cookouts, selling t-shirts, having cruises, having a good goddamn time, man. Go ahead.
It says, ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
And that's talking about going out in the streets. That's where the hedges are. All right?
Yeah, Gehenna, he don't go out there. He's supposed to be the general. He's supposed to be leading the army.
General.
The most controversial man in America.
Right.
You know what's so controversial about him? Where the hell is he?
Yeah.
That's a controversy.
Only thing it commands is a box of KFC, man. Go right to the gut.
And some Twinkies.
Commanding General. Give me a break, man. Where's Commanding General in the scriptures? Where did Yahushua raised up a Commanding General?
Never. Show me that. Hey, show me that in the scriptures that the Most High gonna raise up a general, and I'll follow you. You ain't gonna do it. You can't do it.
Can't do it.
Go ahead.
They have seen vanity and lying divination.
That's it.
Hey, that's why they got so many followers. Because they're stringing them along with them sweet lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. And they're stringing them right along. And the people they're doing, they got the sewing department, and then they got the schools, and they got the different buildings, and different.
They got the music videos.
The music videos.
Not just the hip hop videos. They got the music videos.
Yep. It says, saying, the Lord saith.
The Hebrew Israelite concerts.
Yep. Yeah.
That's lying divination. They're lying to the people.
Yep. It says, saying, the Lord saith, and the Lord hath not sent them. And the
Lord didn't send Johanna. The Lord didn't send Nate.
That's right.
The Lord didn't send Zabak.
Bubble-eye.
The Lord damn sure didn't send Bubble-eye.
Come on, man.
Most High sent us.
That nigga up there on the what do you call it, on the stage singing, crooning and shit. Come on, man. The Lord didn't send that clown, man.
Yeah. On bended knee.
On bended
down one
knee. Doing that Temptations bullshit. Come on, man. You know?
What is that?
But most of these Israelites, they like that shit. They like that lying divination. That's why they're gonna be destroyed, man. That smooth shit, right? Smooth things.
That's it. That's it.
That Keith Sweat R&B smooth shit, man.
Yeah, I'll be sure.
Yeah, I'll be sure and all that nonsense.
And they have
Then
made.
the nigga has the nerve to wear white, man. Like he's supposed to be righteous. The Lord gonna deal with you,
you know
man.
why they're wearing white? Because the scriptures say always wear white.
Right.
It doesn't mean actually wear white all the goddamn time. Did the Most High tell Aaron the high priest to wear white? He told him to wear certain garments.
That's right.
When Yahweh came on the scene during his book, in the book of Daniel, he came in a garment that was beryl, which was green.
Yeah, John the Baptist wore a garment of camel's hair.
Yeah, and camels are not white. You ever see a white camel? Never seen a white camel.
And a camel, that's a rough animal, man. A camel, they're known as the ship of the desert. So can you imagine the exterior, how rough it's supposed to be? Hey, a desert, that's not a pretty atmosphere, man. That's a rough atmosphere. All right, so John the Baptist wore a garment of camel's hair.
Yeah. Hey, and you got cactus out there. That's a plant that lives out in the desert. That shit is rough. The skin is rough. The needles are rough. It says, and they have made others to hope that they will confirm the word.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like
Well, that's what Nate said. When he said that the new moon is the full moon, he said that they had a council on it. So basically he said, let me see how many people is with this. And when I get enough people with this, that believe in what I'm saying, then we're going to spring in on the congregation. And the congregation, there's a reason why we call them zombies.
Zombies,
A zombie listen to their zombie master.
And then you know you had that Masharah Yasha Allah, and every time them guys speak, every time them guys speak, they'll tell the crowd "kun," and everybody gotta say "kun" back.
Yeah.
You know, because they gotta have that
confirmation.
Confirmation.
Right.
It says, "Have ye not seen a vain vision, and have ye not spoken a lying divination? Whereas you say, the Lord saith it, albeit I have not spoken."
Yeah, like the Lord didn't say he's gonna build up the nation. He said he's gonna gather his elect.
Yep.
Romans 11:7. What then Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Who's this rest that were blinded? The rest of the nation of Israel. The Lord is only looking for the elect. So why don't these guys teach about the elect? I'll tell you why. Because the more heads they get, the more money they make. Yep. So it's about that money, man.
The more heads, the more bread.
So that's lying divination, brothers. That's lying divination.
Yep.
And the scriptures say, for the love of money is the root of all evil.
And give me Titus 1 verse 9.
So if you love money instead of loving the truth of the Lord, you're going to come up with all kind of evil ways how to pervert the word to get that money, man. And that's what them niggas are doing. Nate is doing that.
Give me Proverbs 30.
Gehenna is doing that.
Give me Proverbs
Babylon.
30.
They're more interested in the money, man.
Because that's why you don't see Yohana no more. Because
Right.
he's swimming in that damn money. You got it?
It's like a bookstore cafe.
Okay. Bring it out. Bring it out.
This is Ezekiel 11:2. Then said he unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in this city, which say it is not near, let us build houses.
It is not. What's not near?
The end.
Man, you gotta read that. I'm sorry,
Yeah, you
brother.
gotta read that again.
You gotta read that again, man.
This is Ezekiel 11:2. Then said,
brother.
Then said he unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in this city, which say it is not near. Let us.
What's not near? The destruction.
Yep.
And that's another thing. You notice those guys, they don't really talk about the destruction. They don't talk about martial law. They don't talk about the time of Jacob's trouble. The things that really matter. They don't talk about it.
Yeah, why would Nate go into a whole sermon on the new moon being the full moon with a chest-high cat smile on his face, where he knows that there's a scripture in Colossians, the 2nd chapter, the 16th verse, saying don't worry about the high holy days and the new moons and all that.
Beautiful
Okay?
point. That's right. Because he ain't
Which are a shadow of things to come. In other words, we're not keeping the laws. I don't know if they went up there and told you. We're not keeping the laws perfectly.
That's right.
I don't give a damn how big Nate has his Passover. He ain't keeping the Passover perfectly pursuant to Exodus the 12th chapter.
Yeah.
Because you got to be in your own land to keep the laws perfectly.
You gotta have a farm.
And then
Yeah, you got to grow. You got to grow a lamb, a male lamb, all right, and a separator has to have no blemishes on him,
right.
and it has to grow for 1 year. That's a lot of things. You got to have a farm. So as soon as the lamb is born, because that's what they did in the ancient world. Each family, they all had lambs and sheep and cows and bullocks and on their farm. And what they did was they'll time it for the Passover. The lamb will be born on the Passover, and he'll die on the Passover, which proves what? What does that prove? That proves Yahweh was born on the Passover, and he died on the Passover.
Beautiful.
You know? And that's why he was called that lamb.
Lamb, yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, John.
How do you know to keep the Passover properly? On that Passover, that particular year, you had a sheep give birth to a baby sheep, a lamb, or whatever you call it. All right? And then you would put that to the side, and if it had a blemish, you would put it to the side. Then you would check another sheep, you put that to the side. Then you check that one has no blemish. And if it's a female, you got to put it to the side.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Then you say one that no blemish, he was born on the Passover, no blemish, and he's a male. So we're gonna leave him on. You're gonna watch him for a year, and a year later, actually the 10th day of the month, that's when you prepare him. And that day of the 14th, you kill him and then you cook him. So he was born just to be what? To be slaughtered, just like Yahweh shot. You know?
Yeah, it was John the Baptist that called Yahweh Shai the Lamb of the Most High. He said, "Behold, the Lamb of the Most High, which taketh away the sin of the world." And the world he's talking about is the elect of the nation of Israel.
Ultimately all Israel, but it starts with the elect.
It starts with the elect.
You know? Because he did come for all Israel.
Correct.
But first and foremost, he's dealing with the elect.
Yeah. Because when he said, "I pray for them," John 17:9, "I pray for them, I pray not for the world." The world he was talking about was the nation of Israel. The them he prayed for is the elect. But through the elect, the whole nation of Israel will receive salvation. Yeah. That's how it goes. See, there's an order, man. And that's another thing these guys don't teach. They don't teach about order. All right? So
But we just prove in the spirit that Yahweh Shai was born on the Passover and died on the Passover.
That's right.
And it was on a full moon. Not no new moon.
That's right.
Hey, there's a science to this book, man. You know what? If Nate gonna make that statement that the new moon is a full moon, he's going off.
Yeah.
Because all the biblical scholars, and he said in the video,
Yeah.
he said even when you read, he said I read some of the white man's books. He said I don't know if you saw the video.
Yeah, I saw it.
Hey, you know what happened, man? Alizar, me and him were like enemies because I told him to come down to the camp. Oh, I'm sorry, older. Then I kind of cursed him out, you know, because he gave me his number, and I saw him up there. I would have called him, but I saw him up there with son Nutter. I said, man, I ain't calling that dude, man. So he got mad at me. Then I started cursing out the Unity Israelites about you got to love Edomite, you got to love Esau and shit. Then he came against me on that, right? But then here this thing came out, the new moon being a full moon. Who'd he come? He came to me. Because you know what? He knew I was going to attack that shit, man.
Right. Yeah.
He knew that, man. And you're supposed to attack everything that ain't right. Not attack, but attack. You know what it says in the scriptures, and we read that earlier in Corinthians. It says a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Now let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever made a dough or like made bread or something like that? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know. Have you ever made dough from scratch? Okay. What do you use to make it rise? You said yeast.
No, I did baking soda.
Okay. But baking powder makes it rise. But you can use yeast. You just can't use it. You just can't use it during the time of the Passover.